Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Wondering what to do this winter and you'd like to pick up a skill? Let's find out about that in this edition of WJTS in.form. Kyle Rupert, the director of Jasper Arts, is joining us, and we're going to talk about your winter arts programs that are coming up, or classes, I should say.
Yes, we've got a great selection of art classes and even a music class, workshops that are going to start up in February. Most of them run for 6 weeks. It's usually one night a week for 6 weeks. And the selection is incredible this year.
Now, is this, what we talked about the music selection is guitar. Yeah. Okay, I've never picked up a guitar. I can't play a guitar, but is it something I could possibly do, or do I have to be advanced?
No, this is guitar for beginners. Okay. So it's even if you've fiddled with it before, or if you've never touched a guitar before, this class is designed for that person. Rafaela Sheikh is the instructor, and she's done this now a couple of times for us, and it's a great class, and we've gotten great feedback from those that have done it before.
What about like the visual arts classes? Are those for beginners, or are they for advanced? Or I guess on all of these, is it?
Yeah. So we have depending on the class, we have options that are geared towards beginners, people just starting out, and those that maybe have been doing it for a while. For example, with clay, which is usually our most popular wheel throwing, we have a beginning section or beginner section, and then we have an intermediate and advanced section as well for those who have been doing it a few times. It's the same instructor for both, so if you've done it before, you've done it in the past, you'll be familiar with the setting and the instructor. But yeah, we try to gear it towards your level of expertise or practice. And they're really flexible, so depending on the class makeup, it may be the beginner's class, but if they seem a little bit more proficient than some others, then the instructors are really good about kind of shifting and being flexible with that.
Well, let's start talking about what the individual classes are. What are some of the options that people can take?
Yeah, so we have, I mentioned wheel throwing. We also have a fun class that is pairs young children with like a parent, so that can get young children involved and started in wheel throwing and working with clay. So that's a fun class to kind of do together. We have pen and ink drawings. We have a class that is fairly new where you bring in a photograph, and one of our instructors will show you how to turn that photograph into a painting using acrylic paint. So that'll be an interesting class as well. And really just the gamut of visual art styles. We have a lot of craft courses for younger students. Taking found materials or scrap materials and doing craft work with those.
So there's a big variety.
A huge variety.
What's the best way to find out what class you might be interested in?
The absolute best way is to visit our website. You can go to jasperarts.org and you can look at our events section and see information that'll take you to our classes. Or you can go to jasperarts.corsizio.com. It's a little bit longer. That's where all the registration is at for the classes. Or you can pick up the phone and call or stop by. We're happy to walk through the classes and further explain them, answer any questions. You can also pick up one of these registration sheets that has all the classes, the fee information, when they are, where they are, and then on the back it has a section where you can fill it out, which classes you want to take, who's signing up, and send it in to us. You can mail it to us, or you can drop it off. These are available at the Jasper Arts Center. They're also available at City Hall. Okay. So if you're downtown shopping or eating or something, you can stop by City Hall during their open hours and pick one of these up.
If somebody wanted to take this class, and let's say they want to do acrylic painting, if that's one of them, but do I need to go out and buy myself a set of paints, paintbrush and things, or is that supplied?
So most of the classes include the supplies necessary, but it does vary by class. Some classes, most of the supplies are provided. The one you mentioned, the paint's going to be provided, but I believe with that class, we ask that you bring a sketch pad and a pencil. So it varies by class, so always check the class information to see what's asked that you bring, and of course if there are any questions or concerns, you can call us or stop in and we're happy to answer any of those.
Are you finding that people take these classes because they just want to start a new hobby, or they've always had an interest, or they've done a little bit of this or that, and now they want to get better. Why do people take those classes?
Everything you mentioned, we find that people, some are completely new to it. I thought it'd be a fun thing to try, sounded interesting. Some have kind of been dabbling on their own for a while and just want some further instruction, or, we have a lot that take these on a repeated basis, and it keeps them in the craft, in the art, and they pick up some new things here and there as they move forward with their art.
Where are these classes held?
The majority of classes today are held in the basement of the swimming pool. When those classes are held, we'll have a sign that'll have our logo on it, so you'll know where to enter from. There are a few that take place at the Jasper Arts Center. Those are notated with the class information. So if it takes place at the Arts Center, it'll say this class takes place at the Jasper Arts Center. Otherwise, they're in the basement of the swimming pool.
Now, these classes start in February.
Correct.
But you need to have people signing up by a certain date.
January 25th is the deadline to register, and that just lets us know, is this class going to actually move forward? Is it not? If we don't have anyone sign up, then we want to let the instructor know in plenty of time, hey, you can free this time up, because there's not. So January 25th is the deadline to register. And the classes, I think the first class starts February 6th or somewhere around there.
Okay, so they need to get working on that right away.
Yes.
Yeah, and then if you miss the winter classes, you offer classes through the summer?
We do. Our ARTventures are in the summer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then we have it again in the fall. So 3 times a year we're offering courses, classes, workshops. Always an opportunity.
Are any of these progressive to where you need to start with one in the winter, that then you have to take the one in the summer, and then you should take the one in the fall to progress, or is that kind of up to you?
No, that's the great thing about these, is that they really are in a vacuum, so to speak. So the nice thing, other than maybe the wheel throwing and pen and ink, most of the classes change from session to session. So there's always something new. So if maybe this time around there's not something you're interested in, check back, because in the summer or in the fall there may be something brand new that is more your speed. But they don't progress throughout the year, which is nice, because some people are busier in the winter than they are in the fall or in the summer. So if you miss wheel throwing this time around, or if it fills up and you can't get in, you can always try again in the summer or try again in the fall.
Perfect. Well, Kyle, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Again, they should check your website.
Yes.
They can stop by your office.
Yes.
Or they can pick up one of these blue pamphlets at your office or Jasper City Hall.
Correct.
All right, perfect. Kyle Rupert, thank you very much for being our guest.
Thank you.
Our guest has been Kyle Rupert. He is the Executive Director for Jasper Arts. Hey, do something different. Try an art venture. Thank you for joining us for WJTS in.form. We're local people watching local people.